What up, everybody, and welcome back to another week of Crack Kills Quick Hits. 1 week in the book. Now we're headed into week 2. Let's take a look at the 5 things to watch for as we head into the second week of another Crack Kills season. Quick hit number 1. Injuries. We're already talking about this. It's week 2. We're talking injuries. Christian McCaffrey, the biggest, headed to IR this week after last week's kind of weird occurrence on Monday night. Puka Nacua, this one hurts. Was thought had a huge season last year. Thought to maybe come back and have another big season this year, but looks like it might not be to be for Puka. And Jordan Love also went down in week 1. We'll never know how long he's going to be out. Could be 3 weeks, could be 4, could be 5. Teams are already being bitten by the injury bug, especially with their important players. Never good. Never good. Who's next? Everyone's crossing their fingers that it's not them. Quick hit number 2. The defending champs are off to a 1-0 start, thanks to rookie Jaden Daniels. And a rough week from King Kwan. Let's just be honest about that. The champs this week, though, take on Shittown, and look at this. Christian McCaffrey not in the lineup, but Jordan Mason was pretty good on Monday night. We'll see if he can pick up the slack, and we'll see if Shittown can deal with McCaffrey being out for possibly a month. Never know. You know who else looked great in week 1, though? J.K. Dobbins, coming off 2.5 straight years of injuries. We'll see what happens this week. Shittown, trying to get back to 500. Superfly, looking for that 2-0 start. The sweet 2-0 start that everyone looks for. We'll see which team comes out on top in that one. Quick hit number 3. Back in the saddle. We're talking about Future Cop. The Cops topped the week 1 power rankings and came home with the week 1 high score thanks to Saquon Barkley's huge game against his former team. Pretty good stuff. No, actually not. Against the Packers. Things get tougher this week, though, for the Cops as they take on the Cons. And Phil's Fugitives off to a big start already. 31 points on the board. Could be a lot bigger lead if they would have had James Cook in. 25 on the bench for James Cook. Biggest news for the Cops, though, on the good side, maybe the Puka Nacua injury, because Cooper Kupp is back in his number 1 receiver spot without a lot of other targets around. And we know if Kupp's healthy, he is one of the best receivers in the game. We'll see if Kupp picks up his status as a target sponge. And of course, this is a classic rivalry between 2 teams who are 1-0. One will be 2-0, one 1-1. We'll see who comes out on top in that one. Quick hit number 4. Lineup juggling. All Business saw their bench explode for 94 points in week 1. 13 more than their starters. But it's not always a bad thing. This week, though, they hope to reload. Baker Mayfield had a great game last week. He plays this week. They also hope that Marvin Harrison will put up the numbers they expected when they took him number 1 overall. On the other side, Tinville Kings, victims of the Cops in week 1, will look to their vaunted wide receiving corps led by Justin Jefferson to try to get the job done this week. As Justin Jefferson said earlier this week, respectfully, I'm not Garrett Wilson. We'll see if he puts up better numbers than Garrett Wilson did last week, which shouldn't be too difficult. Quick hit number 5, Monkey Men. The Apes quietly put up 123 points in week 1 thanks to Josh Allen and Tyreek Hill coming off a pre-game detainment. They may be wishing that Tyreek was detained before the Thursday night game as well, as Allen and Tyreek combined for just 10 points. 0 points from Keon Coleman did not help matters. This opens the door for unfinished business. Hoping to have a CJ Stroud primetime breakout. We'll see. Sunday Night Football should be a good one tonight with CJ Stroud taking the field in his first primetime game that isn't a playoff game. This one, as always, could come down to the players who don't show up. We know that there's some guys who will always show up, so we'll see who those guys are that don't hit their projections as Josh Allen and Tyreek Hill already did. Finally, the player to watch today and the player that will be watching today in person, Marvin Harrison Jr. Marv had a rough game in week 1, highlighted or lowlighted by a wide open route at the end of the game that Kyler missed that could have won them the game. Would be nice if we can watch Marvin Harrison's first career touchdown today. We'll be there. Fingers crossed, eh? That's it for Crack Kills Quick Hits for week 2. Good luck to everybody this week, except King Kwan.